Well, hello, you beautiful, beautiful degenerates. How you doing, Walter, brother? How you doing, C4? How you doing, Melissa, sis? How you doing, Bat, sis? And so, good morning, Survive. It's been a while. Been a little bit, right? Anyways, so, thank you back. Thank you. What's up, Abner? How you doing? Hey, David, how you doing? I'm glad to do it all good. So, survival. We talk about survival a lot on this channel, right? We talk a lot about what ifs, what happens, blah, 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 right? we we don't ever look at what's leading to a so-called apocalyptic events. What's up, Paradox? How you doing? We we're focusing on the how-to instead of what is happening. And the thing is everybody overlooks the small minute things that keeps adding up to quote unquote another depression, another dust bowl, another you know plague like scene. We we push it off, we push it off, we push it off, and we leave it in the back of our mind, and we don't ever look back on it. Nice, nice. Tell your son, good, good going, good to get out. And I hope he learns a lot, and I hope he has fun doing it. Because the wilderness is a wonderful experience. The wilderness is a time to relax and know yourself. You can't learn how or what or you know you can't learn what if scenarios unless you are put in what if scenario. What's up, CR? How you doing, bro? So, what is happening in this world has happened in the last 5 years to make the world seem darker than what it is. It's not a it's not a fear tactic. It's not fear mongering that I'm going to be doing. It is real life scenarios that I'm doing. I'm not doing a what if. As you can see, the world is going up in price. Everything is going up in price. 30 years ago, just 30 years ago, you could go into a grocery store with $30 and leave with a buggy full of non-brand named items. Now you go to a grocery store and you leave with 2 bags, not even full bags. Sometimes you can go to a store with $30 and come out with one item. Is it B? Somebody let me know. Give me a second. Okay, is that better? Can y'all hear me now? Just give me a thumbs up or flip me off if you can hear me now. Is it better? Okay. Sorry, my signal's choppy out here in the middle of nowhere on my land and everything. Is it? Son of a bitch. Okay. Let's try to roll through it. Maybe if I have to repeat myself, I will. Just let me know. Just say repeat in the chat if you need me to repeat something, okay? But the economy. Yeah. The economy is worse now with inflation than it ever has been. Inflation is what's putting a lot of people. There is no middle class anymore. 30 years ago, there used to be a middle class. There was the poor, there was well off, middle class, and rich. Now it's rich and poor, and that's it. There is no middle ground anymore. And what people used to think is middle class is now high end poor. Even in a lot of, especially in a lot of the southern states. A lot of the southern states have not seen a rise in their economy since 1984. Most places in the South, if you go anywhere like Tennessee, Georgia, Alabama, even the Carolinas, minimum wage is $12 an hour. Some places is still $10 an hour. Right, Paradox, right. People, living expenses have increased because of the economy, trade, everything. It takes money to run those semi trucks. It takes money to ship your stuff to you. It takes money to do anything now. But they are not paying the workers to produce this stuff for the same price. Right. Oh yeah, Paradox, yeah. I mean, we can get by hustling. That's the only thing that the poor has been able to do since the beginning of time. The poor know how to get by hustling, and that's it. Right, Melissa. It's not just the fast food workers. It's not just the new age thinking children coming out of school and everything, believing that they deserve more with no experience whatsoever. That's another problem that's hitting the economy. That's another thing that's pretty much hitting just the economy itself. Is kids thinking that they can go straight from high school to college, get their degree, go out and make 6 figures plus a year without any experience to back their diploma. Yeah, that's what I was saying. Like it's in between $10 to $12 in a lot of places. Right, Melissa? Yeah. Everything comes, every sort of hustle comes with a repercussion. The world is trying to put out the poor. There is no more, even right now, as of last week, the 99-cent stores, the 99 the name brand 99-cent store that was made to be $5 and under for food and everything went out of business because they cannot keep up with that because of the inflation. Even the 99-cent stores had to raise their prices from $5 up to $10, up to $12 for items because they were buying back stock and everything from big name box stores and everything and trying to sell it to normal people for cheap. And they could not do that because the big box stores were raising the prices up on their back stock to sell to the 99-cent store. So they were not making a profit at all. What's up, Will? How you doing, brother? But the economy itself is what is driving the poor to become hostile. It's driving the poor to become feral, if you want to say that, feral. We are constantly we are constantly rioting. We are constantly good to see you too, brother. Good to see you. The world is at its breaking point. People can no longer afford to eat. Just in the last 3 years, okay, the last 3 years when COVID happened, there was 72% of the population that did not have a month's worth of food in their house, in their apartment. There was a 32% of the population that did not have a week's worth of food in their shelves or their cabinets. We have been pushed to a fast food only idea society to where we do not cook at home anymore. The world is controlled by fast food, already dead hot food. Like I said, Melissa, you were probably in that 32% that didn't have a week's worth. When they shut down the population, government itself said it was a plan to lower the population when they shut us in. The government expected more people to die during the lockdown than what they did. See, that's crazy. That's crazy, David. This, the world is growing too fast for the world to keep up. The world is breeding more. The world is having too many children and putting them in orphanages. There's teens, there's kids having kids now. The majority of inner city schools, the population of kids giving birth is between the ages of 15 to 17 now. And that is in major city schools. Yeah. Yeah. And if you were out then, you were lucky, because most people, thank you, Will, brother. If you were lucky enough to survive, which all of us seem to have survived that lockdown, that quote unquote incarceration of, depopulation, that's just the beginning of everything. Now, with the way the government is, since they could not succeed on depopulating the world through COVID, through a sickness, they have now started raising the prices on everything. I don't want that to be a statistic either, Melissa, but that is the statistic, is children are having children now. People my age and everything have stopped having kids. The generation after us, I don't know, X, Y, Z, G, B, Q, Z, whatever generation it is, whatever they want to call themselves. They are in the free love state, where they want to have sex and sex and sex and sex. Unprotected sex, now that porn and everything is freaking legalized pretty much everywhere. Give me a second. After that, porn has been legalized on everything. Porn is literally legalized on every platform. There's a TV show right now on Amazon Prime called Has Been Hotel. It's a cartoon, correct? It's a cartoon that is. How did my cigarettes go? Anyways, it's a cartoon about the denizens of the hill and everything. One of the main characters on it is a porn star demon that literally is shown fucking sucking, doing everything, and enjoying it. And people are cosplaying and loving this character because of the mindset of this character. The world is manipulated. The world believes everything and anything is good. Yeah. I mean, it's talking about how sinners can be repented, and trust me, I do all my research, brother. I look at everything that is trending, everything that people are watching, people that are loving. Nobody gives a damn about history anymore. Nobody gives a damn about truth. Nobody gives a damn about whatever. Like, they, the world thinks that we should just suffer and be happy. There is no more, there is no more learning right from wrong. There is no more learning how to be a better person. There is no more respect in the world. It doesn't, that's especially with World Star, stuff like that. World Star is all about showing people how to be dumb. Thank you, Will, brother. But the world is leading us to literally kill ourselves. I mean, you have a cartoon on Amazon Prime that is catered to adults and mid-teens. And it's literally telling you to do every drug in the world. The first 5 minutes of Has Been Hotel, it shows the porn star character getting out of a car because it had no car, and the only reason why it got a car ride is because it gave roadhead. And as soon as it got out of the car and everything, it goes to a vending machine and buys angel dust. And you know, it's called Has Been Hotel. HASBIN Hotel. Yeah. Yeah. And that's in the first 5 minutes. And it shows that another demon steals that character's bag of angel dust and runs away and gets killed by a building that explodes. And then the main character goes over and is upset because his drugs got destroyed. I watched at least the whole entire first season of it, CR. Right, C4. Oh, yeah, I know. Yeah, yeah. This is the generation that we are now. I'm not saying that I'm not saying that cartoons that we grew up with and everything didn't make us think either. I mean, look, we grew up in the 90s, we grew up in the 80s. You know, the 80s, they had questionable TV shows. Cartoons were off limit at that time because Hasbro and stuff ran cartoons then. In the 90s, it changed. You know, we grew up with Beavis and Butthead, we grew up with Ren and Stimpy, we grew up with Rocko's Modern Life. You know, I remember sitting and watching Rocko's Modern Life when I was 12 years old, and they had one episode of the Super Vacuum Cleaner 3000, and it goes haywire, and it goes sucking up everything in the world, and it goes by and sucks up a bush well, it's a bush, and it had these fairies flying around it, right? And it goes by and it sucks up the bush with the fairies and everything, and you see this overweight pig behind the bushes with binoculars in his underwear. I mean, yeah, right, right, Melissa. It was innuendos, but not like right in your face, you know? And a 12-year-old or whatever wouldn't have understood that that was a pervert that was watching, getting his jollies off, watching these fairies fly around. Like, but the thing is, I mean, yeah, we had cartoon violence. We didn't have the internet that was showing all the chaos and everything that was going on. Hey, Triad, how you doing, brother? There's a difference between innuendos and straight up just in your face, this is what's happening. You know? The world is different. The mindset of individuals are different now also. There was more people that killed themselves from depression and drug use, and literally there was people that died from overexertion of sexual activities during COVID. Uh, talking to how the world is different, from 30 years ago to today. Try it. Oh yeah, yeah, I will. Yeah, I mean, yeah, like there was almost 100 people that died from constantly masturbating. Like there was a person in New Orleans, that they found in his hotel room and everything, that had the same DVD on replay, and his hand was literally on a bloody dick, and he died from a heart attack. Like COVID did a lot of things to people. It was a government. It, it was a government depopulation idea, because seriously, we cannot keep up with the amount of humans that are born every day. We have more babies being born every minute in the United States than we do of older people dying. Yeah. Oh, yeah, trying. You can strain your heart by masturbation. Will, you could probably look it up. You have the ways of fighting all those, newspaper articles and everything. Right, CR? Yeah. I mean, the world mentally and physically tore up a lot of the world. It put a lot of people into anxiety. It put a lot of people into not able to handle everyday life. It put people more to be talking on the internet like how we are right now. It it put people back into a seclusion than it did anything else. Because people went from dealing with everyday human things to being secluded and locked up in a room and not being able to leave and not being able to handle. And that's one of the things in survival that they are trying to break in people. Right. Humans, even in a survival situation, humans need interaction. You you may think you're Billy Badass and you can go off into the woods in the middle of God knows where and survive and be who you are. Yes, you can go and survive, but you are not the same human as before you went into those woods. When you come back out of those woods, you can look back in the 1800s. There was a sailor that was marooned and everything off the shore of Mexico on a deserted island. He lived there for almost, I think it was 10 years, 10 plus years, and they found him in the early 1900s, and he forgot how to speak English. He forgot how to speak Spanish because he had no human interaction. He forgot his name. He forgot everything of who he was. And he turned feral. He literally turned feral. That's the stuff that survivalists do not tell you about. That's the stuff. Even then, Paradox, it's all about human interaction. Everything. Even they even proved that even in Tom Hanks's movie Castaway and everything, even with Wilson, you will still lose the ability to talk because Wilson isn't. It helps you recognize a human face when you draw a smiley face or something on it. You recognize the human emotions, but you forget how to talk because nobody's there to re to talk back to you. You know what I mean? Correct, Melissa. Right? Yeah. But the thing is like right now, with me talking and everything, that's fine because I can still read what y'all are saying, even though y'all are not talking back to me. It is my brain recognizing human language, English language in the chat room. So I can, even if I was in a deserted island, whatever, and I had access to the internet or chat room or whatever, or if I still had my phone on me, and I could turn on my phone and read text messages. That's the only way to readapt to my humanity. Yes, the interaction, to be able to understand and have that conversation in my head. Yeah, yeah. That's why they tell humans and everything. That's why they tell you if you're in a survival situation, make sure you have a book with you. Make sure you have something that you can read, something that can reestablish your connection with humanity. Because if you're out in the wilderness, if you're out trapped for years or months, you start going feral, you start going senile, you start going insane. You become feral. And when you become feral, you lose all of humanity, which is interaction, what we are doing right now. There is no cure for a person that becomes feral. This is just like just like the young girl. Shit, give me a second. I'll be right back. Y'all talk. Okay, I'm back. Sorry, but there was a case in World War II. All right, sorry, but there was a case in World War II where there was a small female that was her parents left her in the woods, and she survived in the woods. She's called the Wolf Girl. Okay, she survived for, I think it was 4 or 5 years in the woods with a pack of wolves in Germany. But yeah, she was like 5 years old, and when they found her, she was either 10 or 11 years old. But she was raised by wolves. These wolves took care of her. They protected her, everything, until after the war. Then they found her. They brought her back and everything. She could only communicate with snarls, growls, and wolf interaction. They had to bring a wolf expert in to understand her. And they tried teaching her how to be human again. Yeah, it was pretty much the real life Jungle Book, yes. But that goes to show you that if a girl like that, if a young girl like that could lose her humanity and become feral that quick, how quick does it take for somebody that does not have the fortitude, the mentality to actually stay strong enough to not go feral in the wilderness? But everything is pointing to the, with all these YouTubers and, you know, what are they called? Not journalists, vloggers, or whoever. Yeah, yeah, she was on the History Channel, everything. I mean, it took her almost the exact same amount of time to become human again. Oh yeah, probably. But, you know, it took her almost the exact same amount of time that when she was in the wilderness to bring her back from being feral to being human again. Yeah. Oh hell, trying. But at least you're not in the wilderness yet, right? I mean, there's been a lot of quote unquote Sasquatch esque feral tribes and everything throughout, a lot of Europe and stuff like that. I mean, you know, I forgot who it was. There was a Persian prince or something like that in the early 1700s that got his wife from one of these feral tribes, and she was supposed to be half Sasquatch herself. I mean, if you look at the pictures of her and everything, she was covered in fur, like a lichen disease in Mexico. I mean, she was taller than the average male. She was stronger than the strongest male. I mean, but she was also dainty. She was also, a woman, But the thing is how humans consider to be humane and can quickly turn feral in an instant. We as a society are turning feral now. Look at social media. look at TikTok. Just do a random search of everyday, just put everyday, situations in TikTok and look through it. You will see over 1,000,000 fights, 1,000,000 fights happening every day, everywhere in the United States. Whether it's at a Church's Chicken or Popeyes or a McDonald's or whatever, just people in the freaking drive-through of a fast food restaurant. People are resorting to fighting. People are resorting to violence because either something's not quick enough, something's not whatever. Yeah, look outside. I mean, go into your major city and just walk down the street. Just sit at a open bar and watch. Humanity is a thing of the past now. We have gone from humanity to a feral society because of COVID, because we were locked in our houses and everything like caged animals. Oh, I know, Trine, I know. The only reason why I do is because I do security, so I see all of it. But the world is going downhill fast. There's not going to be a civil war. Most people said that there's going to be another civil war between a lot of cultures and all this stuff. It's not going to be a civil war. It's going to be an all-out death match. That's what's going to happen soon. Yeah, Adnir. Yeah. So you know exactly what I'm talking about, brother. Like, the world is getting worse. The world is not obeying rules anymore. Society does not fear the government. Society does not fear police. Society does not fear military. There is more civilians in one city than the whole entire police force. There is more civilians than the National Guard of one state. Just look at yeah, trying. Oh yeah, I bet you've seen some stuff on a holiday at a resort. Look at the fear the government had with that let's attack Area 51. Okay? Just putting this out. When they said let's raid Area 51, you know how many people was signed up for that? It was like 1.5 million people that signed up for it. Okay? It was such a large amount of people there. Yeah. There was such a large amount of people that was signing up for that it scared the government so much that they had armed, they had armed military personnel there to protect the gate of Area 51 because they didn't know what the humans were going to do. They did not know what this group was intending because they didn't say what they were intending to do. It was a joke. It was a joke. But even after, still, I think it was like 50,000 people, 50 or 20,000 people still showed up for the concert and everything that happened there. And those armed guards were still at the gate because that was 20,000 people. They had like 100 people there armed to guard that place against 20,000 unarmed civilians. If the world actually could understand and could actually rally together, this world will fall with the amount of insanity and feralness that is in humans. The only thing that is keeping us at bay is police. That is the only thing that's keeping us at bay. Well, keeping the majority of the world at bay. If someone snapped, yeah, CR, yeah. If the world decided to band together, if regular citizens decided to band together instead of the only thing that's actually keeping the world from converging together is the government still putting the word racism, making people still hate each other by their looks, by their race. That's the only thing that's holding back the world from actually overthrowing the government, turning this world into an anarchy or a Mad Max society. The government still whispering Chinese whispers into people's minds. They are turning people against each other. Right, Paradox. They control us through the chaos. And that's contradicting. Control through chaos. That is a contradiction in itself. How do you control through chaos? You create a new chaos. And how do you do that? You find the weakness in people and them hate with that weakness. Do you think Hitler controlled all of Germany? How do you think Hitler rose to power? Is because he used the hatred that Germany was poor and that the Jews were still rich, that the Jews were changing money within each other and still had money and was able to do things. He turned that hatred against the Jews and controlled. It's the exact same mindset that our government's using against us. That's a mindset, Melissa. Correct, Tryon. Correct. They are gullible. Goodness, good, evil. That is a mindset. Moral compass, the way you're raised up and everything, that is a mindset that we are bred and we are bred to believe. We are controlled from the beginning. But the new generations of children and stuff are not raised on that moral conception. Right. Right. The blame game. And yeah, it doesn't take much to turn people on people. Yeah, right, CR. We are all in the same game, but we are too blinded to understand. We are too blinded by what we are told and made to believe. I mean, when people are dead set on one idea, that's all that they think of is that one idea. They are not willing to get out of that box. They are not willing to open up their idea. They are not willing to accept anything other than what is programmed into their mind. Yeah, and it's true, Paradox. Anybody and everybody, just, you know, just drive down the highway and look how much road rage happens. Somebody had a bad day at work. Somebody had somebody had a bad day at work, or somebody's girlfriend cheated on them, or whatever. All they need, they have that running through their mind and everything. And all they need is for you to cut them off at the right time. And they will road rage. They will follow you down. They will do whatever that they need to do. They will go feral. Oh yeah, trying. Yeah. I mean, there's a small percentage of people that can come to that realization. There's a small. It's just like a survival situation. It doesn't matter how much experience or whatever that you have. You have to have the mindset that you are going to survive. To survive, you have to have that realization. If you get lost in the woods or whatever, and you believe that you can't make it, if you believe that you are going to die, you will die quicker than somebody that believes that they will survive and that they will get out of there. It's all in the mentality of the person, and your mentality breaks you down or strengthens you. Right. Oh yeah, Melissa. Yeah. Well, that's the thing, Melissa. It's a new age. It's a new age. You know, 30 years ago, you had to go through almost 5 different ways of making sure that you were safe enough to get a gun. Now, like in Texas, you can have a felony and still buy a gun and still carry it. You can't carry it outside or whatever, but you can carry it in your house. But the homeless, can carry a gun. Anybody can carry a gun in Texas. Same with anywhere else. I mean that. What's up, Nubby Nub? How you doing, brother? But that's the thing, Alan. Outside thinking. That's like telling the people on TV, on a survival channel or whatever, you're doing the wrong thing. If you do this, you're going to fuck up. You talking from the outside. That's like being a backseat driver saying that until you are actually in that, until that person is actually in that scenario. Once you're actually in that scenario, your mindset changes. It doesn't matter how many years of experience or whatever that you think you have. Once you are there and once you come to the realization that you are literally lost, you literally do not know how to get out. You don't know that area. everything changes on you. Your mind starts to, the doubt sets in. Hey, Rain, how you doing, sis? Right, Adnir. And anybody can buy a sword. Anybody can buy a knife. Anybody can buy any quote-unquote weapon. But the thing is reality strikes every person different. Reality is the killer in every situation. Once you actually come to terms with the situation, your mind plays tricks on you. Doesn't matter how long you've been reading books. Doesn't matter how long you did weekend adventures with your buddies, learning everything. All of that knowledge goes away when reality hits. MacGyver needs a little bit of spit, cum, and prayer, and he can create an atom bomb. I mean, you know, it's kind of like the A-Team. A-Team can bust their van through anything. You can drive the A-Team van through a whole entire, 5-inch thick concrete wall, and it won't do anything to that. Right, Wally. Right. That's the thing. How can you have somebody that has a minimum bank account of $30 million? And how can they understand whether this paycheck's going to your car payment or going to food, and you're going to let all your other bills go under? Where is this $20 go? Is $20 going to fill up your tank of gas for work this week, or is $20 going to feed you this week? They don't have to worry about any of that stuff. If you put a soccer mom in the Senate, if you put a father that has to work 3 jobs 7 days a week to make his family fed and the bills paid, and is driving a 1981 Chevy S10 to work every day that has over 300 plus thousand miles, you will see a change in the economy. You will see a change in everything. You can't have somebody like Biden in office that's never seen problems. You can't have somebody like Trump in office that's never had to worry because he got a $1 million loan from his daddy to start his business. A small $1 million loan. Right, Alan? Yeah, you can do anything. Nobody, not even old Bronx girl, the Spanish Harlem girl that they put in the Senate and everything. She says she was poor and everything and all this stuff. But once she hit office and everything, her whole entire poor mentality and everything went, sideways, went out the door. Once she started getting money, once she started getting freebies. I mean, we need to stop. We haven't had a poor person become president since Abraham Lincoln. Right, Melissa. I mean, look at Bill Gates, okay? If they told Bill Gates to give everybody $1 million, or not even that, if if Bill Gates was told to give everybody $100,000, he would still have enough money coming in at the end of the year, and he could also write it off as a charity that he would get double his money back. I like that, Alan. Right, trying. Right. I mean, even here in Texas and everything, the gas is $3.68 when I went to go fill up. $3.68 when I filled up gas. That's almost $4. Where is the drop in inflation from that? And Texas is the oil state where the price of oil should not go up. Right, CR. Yeah. Hold on, I'll be right back. The missus is coming out. Yeah, yeah. $8 a gallon, yeah. There is no drop in inflation. I mean, the drop has came down a little. A little. And what I say by a little, I mean 50 cents. 50 cents isn't anything. Inflation has hit so hard that even the Dollar Tree, that is known that everything is $1. Everything's $1 there. The inflation has hit so hard on there that they're what is it? 1 gallon Cokes are $1.75 now, and everything else in that store is $1.25 for everything. That means every every four things you buy is $5. Oh yeah, yeah, I understand, Melissa. I trust me. I grew up in that same mindset, that same kind of Southern hospitality, you know. But there's only so much you can do before that Southern hospitality bites you. You know what I mean? There's only so much you can do before our moral mentality ruins us. And I'm not saying to give up on who you are. Just take a caution to everything that we've been raised to believe. Yeah. I mean, Melissa is a sweetheart. Right, Melissa, right. If a place like Dollar Tree that is known throughout history to be a dollar, if inflation has made it to where it had to raise its prices by a quarter, that means inflation has raised up 25%. 25%. Was that beautiful? No. I turned off the camera just for you. I'm drinking out of my mason jar. Leave me alone. Alright, I love you. Be careful. What time you getting off? Yay. Alright, are you gonna hang out with Dren or what are you doing? Okay. Alright. Be careful. If you need me, call me. Alright, bud. And I'll get some of these trees and everything cut down to get your pool put in. Yeah. Yeah. Okie dokie. Where's the pups? Okay. Okay, they're not in the hotel. Okay. Everybody says hi, Miss Star. She says hi, everybody. Yes, sir. Key on the hook. Okay. Do it a bit, so I'll be right back. They say they love you, wifey. She says hi, everybody. I'll be right back. Hold on, let me take care of her. Be right back. Alright, she said she loves all y'all and she hopes y'all have fun talking with me. Oh, trust me. I'm sorry. Trust me, me and her have been together so long. I'll do anything for her, but you know. She also has the get out of my face times too. So you know. But anyways, the world is eating away everybody a dime at a time. That's where it comes from. That's where that saying comes from, a dime at a time. It came around during the Prohibition. It came around during the not Prohibition, the 1920s, the Depression. That's it. Not Prohibition, Depression. Uh, that one was, fishing sounds good, right? See, are you? Oh, damn, Alex. You know, this could be match made. I don't mind playing Cupid. Oh yeah, Melissa. Yeah, I mean, it's also more than just being a best friend. It's also understanding each other, like understanding what makes each other tick. You know, make like me and Miss Star. We don't agree on everything. Like y'all, it's a contradiction. She's a Democrat. You know, I'm a I'm not really a party at all. Her friend, my sister. She's my sister. I call her my sister. But they're both Democrats. We don't see eye to eye on a lot of things. The only thing that we really share is survival, prepping, stuff like that. So you're lucky, Alan. You're lucky. The sun's coming out and everything, but you have to accept. You have to accept what they love and what they like, and deal with it. Like if you can't enjoy the person for their differences, that's where everything falls apart. Right, Wally. That's my idea on everything. I am not one thing. I agree with everybody's point if they're good, but I'm not dead set on. Yeah, you see past the differences, CR. You see the good in them for even no matter what. You know what I mean? You love them, and like Miss Star, she likes reading books and being by herself, and having a glass of wine. And when she does that, and she doesn't care if I go out and I play, you know, games with my boys, and I'm out until 3 a.m. or more. There was nights I've been out until 5 or 6 o'clock in the morning playing Magic the Gathering at a Denny's, and she knows that I'm not going to go anywhere. Correct, Alan. Correct. The thing is it's just like in an end of the world scenario. You make your group with the people. You know their strengths. You know their weaknesses. You know everything about those people. You do not just allow some random Joe off the street to come into your group. That is the downfall of everything. Eh, trust me, trust me, Melissa. When I was in culture anthropology and everything, I had a set way of thinking. I was a dick. When I did, when I was a cryptid hunter, I had a set way of thinking. I still have a set way of thinking on a lot of stuff, and I don't force it, but I say it. You have to learn to set your boundaries. Right, Tryon. Right, brother. You know, that's how it is. You accept both sides, no matter what. Even if you don't like somebody from the other side, or somebody from the other side don't like your side, deal with it. You know, it's a neutral ground when y'all are together. And you have to understand and you have to love that. Well, that's different. That's different, Melissa, than allowing somebody into your circle of friends. You know what I mean? It's like into the world and everything. If you give somebody a bottle of water because they are quote unquote dehydrated, need water, can't find water, that's different, you know. But if you allowed that person to come into your group, that could be the death of your group. That could be, you don't know that person. You don't know anything about that person. I mean, yeah, there's a lot of survival TV shows, blah, blah, blah. Oh, you know, put that person in a cage for X amount of time and learn who they are. You're still not going to know that person. Even if you kept that person in a cage for a month, like a caged animal. Yeah, that seems more on that seems more on his side, Melissa, than anything else. Yes, sir. Yeah, that's true. Bystander effect. Bystander affects a lot of humans now because we have cell phones. We have video. We can record anything and everything and not be in. We can record anything that happens and not be in the incident, in the situation. And say you're in a domestic dispute. You see this domestic dispute happen. You can sit on the sideline, record everything that's happening. Then when the cops leave, you say, "Hey, I've got video of everything that happened." Nobody has to be the hero in a situation anymore. There you go, Alyssa. That's what I was trying to say. Know the people before you become nice to them. Like I said, that's your prerogative if you want to give that person water. They may not have the ability to survive. They may not be a survivalist. They may not be whatever. But the thing is you know when the incident, the fallout happened. You know when if that person stayed alive for say 3 months or whatever and needs water, You know that person has stayed alive for 3 months. They have the ability to survive. They may be down on their luck, may not have came across a good thing of water. You know, there's always a what if in survival situations, especially end of the world survival situations, blah, blah, blah. But that's your call, you know? Your call is the say all, be all. If somebody asks you for water or some food or whatever, it is your call. You know your rations, you know your inventory. It's up to you if you want to part with said item. It's not that the person doesn't have survival skills, it's just could be something that happened. He may have woke up to raiders and had to get out of the area and left all his stuff or her stuff. You don't know what really happened. Shit. See, that Southern hospitality, like I said, that Southern hospitality idea and ideology would come back to bite you, did I not, Melissa? And you just said you would be pissed if that person did die 2 days later from dehydration. You would be pissed because you gave whatever left of water that you had to somebody else. That Southern hospitality mentality did you in. In the end of the world, there is not going to be humanity. There is not going to be humanity left in the world. Like I told you, Melissa, humanity is bred into us by society. If there is nobody enforcing society rules, if there's nobody out there enforcing humans to be humans, there will be no more humanity. We are only 3 meals away from anarchy. Mm-hmm. Yeah, you could filter your pee. You could do that, but there's stipulations to filtering pee. If you're at that point where you need to filter pee to drink it, Wally, your organs are already failing. You're going to be pissing black. That means your kidneys are failing. That means you have your body is dehydrated of natural water. Anybody and everybody can make a perfect scenario where you need to filter this stuff. But don't ever go to the idea of filtrating heat. Just don't. Because if you're ever at the point, you're already dead. Just realize that. Hey, Eli. You gotta remember the exact same mindset with animals, with anything, Alan. Yeah, you know, you're in Missouri, you got a lot of natural springs and everything. It's just like the idea of Tennessee. Tennessee had a lot of natural underground springs, mountain spring, stuff like that. But you have to think in a time where filtration, natural water, stuff like that is no more, where you can't walk to a sink and fill a glass of water. You have to realize that people will start doing territorial claims. People will be guarding natural resources with gun and knife. People will not allow you to drink from their source of water. They would kill you before they allow you to get on it. You have to understand that within a 10-mile radius of where you are, how many people is there? Oh, I can go cannibal. I have no problem with it. Thank you, Eli, brother. Yeah. Yeah. Snipers at water holes. I mean, just look at moonshiner. Okay, moonshiners trap their areas. They will take a single shotgun shell with a percussion cap and have a tripwire aimed right at your legs. And when you hit that tripwire, that needle will hit that percussion cap on that shotgun shell and blast into your legs. And if you've ever had birdshot rip through your legs, it's not going to kill you, but it's going to make you immobile. Everybody will start making old traps, moonshiner traps, especially at watering holes, especially in known hunting areas where food is. It's just like saying you have to know how many people is within 10 miles of you. If you can count, let me hear a guesstimated amount of people from every single one of you. How many people do you think is within 10 miles of where you live right now? I love a little fat on my meat, so it don't bother me. Yeah, C4. Yeah. Yeah, CR. Yeah. But most people, if you live in a city or something like that, yeah, yeah, try. Yeah, most people, if you live near a city or close to a city, you have within 10 miles of where you are, you have roughly or between, just roughly, bare minimum, at least 10 to 20,000 people. All right, C4, you take care of yourself. Your class is more important than me. But yeah, you're going to have a few thousand. These people do not know how to reserve. They do not know how to hold back. You have to think that these people are used to an everyday life of 24-hour water, 24-hour power, all this stuff. Yeah, adding there. So about 6K for you. So you have to look at these people that go from everyday life of constantly using water. And I'm not talking about just for drinking. I'm talking about bathing, washing, everything. These watering holes, these underground springs are going to be abused and used. They're going to have everything in that water from urine to feces, to dirty clothes, to cleaning wounds. These people, it's the same thing in an area. If you have 100 deer within 10 miles of you, you have to think just like everybody else. You're not the only smart person that relies on food and knows how to hunt. You have these people that's eaten constantly and go from eating constantly to now hunting their own food. They would rather kill you than and save those deer than allow you to go into the same woods to hunt. Not only are you having to hunt for your food, but you're also going to have to defend yourself against other humans. If you don't have enough ammunition, if you don't have enough whatever to be able to defend yourself and to hunt, you are screwed also. There you go, Tryon. And I know you and your neighbor will be protecting that at all costs. Will you not try? Will you not try, brother? See, that's the thing, Eli. David. Don't go where everybody else is going to go. You have a 1,700-acre park with a pond and a river. Everybody else knows about that pond and river too. That's the first place that they're going to go. It's just like in an apocalyptic situation. Everybody's going to go to Walmart. Everybody's going to go to the local grocery store. Everybody's going to be going to places that they think they can hold out in. Even in times, people will go to Dollar Tree and hold out at Dollar Tree. They will go to any place that they think there's an abundance of food and resources. You are not safe. You are not the only one thinking that exact same idea. Oh yeah, Trent, yeah. Sorry, CR brother. Right. Every retail store will be swamped. Anything that has food and regular resources in it. Even hardware stores. I mean, because hardware stores now carry food and drinks. You're not, I mean, you're not safe anywhere you go. You have to stay at your house and then go out. There's no way that you by yourself is able to defend a whole entire area. You may be able to hold off a small Dollar Tree by yourself, maybe. Yeah, that's true, Alan. That's true. There's a lot of rats and a lot of squirrels, but things are rodents like that are smarter than major food sources. Rats and squirrels, they know traps. They know how to get around. That's why fishing is more important than red meat. You have to understand to eat fish. And even then, fish is not a dedicated resource either. Because fish move. Fish don't always stay in the same area. Oh yeah, trying. I mean, especially in a city, especially in a major city, that stuff's already going to be taken. I mean, and if you want to see what I'm talking about and everything, look at the Brad Pitt film with the zombies. What was that movie called? CR. I'm sorry, CR. But what was that movie? DayZ. Was it DayZ? I think it's called DayZ or something like that. What's up, Shire? How you doing? I think it was DayZ. Like at the beginning of the movie and everything, they're all running to Walmart or some kind of grocery store or whatever to go get supplies. I'm sorry, CR. Um, but they all went to a grocery store and everything, and the first thing on the people's mind everything was killing Brad Pitt and raping his wife and daughter. You know, they went to go get his daughter's medicine or his son's medicine, and there was a crackhead with a loaded gun already behind the pharmacy counter, raiding all the drugs. And the only reason why the crackhead allowed him to take the drugs for his daughter is because it was a drug that would not get him high. That was the only reason. If it was any other drug, he would have killed him for it. But that's the thing you have to realize. People do not want to have reality. People, World War Z, that's it. Thank you, CR. I was saying like DayZ or something like that. Thank you. People go to their basic instincts. Like I go back to what I was saying before, going feral. When the laws are broken, look, I'll give you a real life example. Look at Katrina. Look at what was happening to New Orleans during Katrina. People were breaking into places, stealing TV, stealing whatever that they wanted to do. They were doing everything and anything that they can because they knew nobody was there. And when there's no rules and when there's no cops, all hell breaks loose. Look at history. Yeah, Shire's the UK boy. But you have to look at reality. Reality shows you everything. Look at what happened to Venezuela. Okay, when look at Venezuela when the money dropped. Look what happened. Adnir, we need to get together sometime and do a collab, brother. Yeah, I mean, people people in Venezuela were literally selling their children into prostitution to be able to get food. I mean, they were selling family heirlooms of generations just to get a loaf of bread. Shire. Oh yeah, trying. Yeah, but it the world will flip on its head if a real. I got you, Adnir. I got you. I'll be out there. I'll be looking at it and send you an email. But the thing is the world will not be what you think it is. The world won't be. People say that it's in extreme to think like that, but it's not. You take care of yourself, trying, brother. I'll talk to you again. Thanks for coming in, brother, and talking. But the world is not going to be the same. You have to, in a true end of the world scenario, everything that the world has beat into your mind to be, to act, to say as a normal person is thrown out the door. There is no more law to wrangle you. And it's going to take a lot of people. It will take a lot of people at the wrong time to realize that. Oh, I know, Sharp. I know. But the thing is you have to be able to change your own mindset. You have to come to the realization if something like that happens, you have to learn how to punch first, ask questions later. Look at the Purge movies. Pretty soon the world will have a purge. It will. Alan. I think when the restraints come off, Melissa can take care of herself. I know that girl. I've known that girl for a minute. I know she could handle herself. She ain't gonna get in trouble. But the thing is you have to understand. Yeah. Yes, they are. I've seen the very first one. That's the only one I've seen. But oh yeah. But the thing is you have to realize these movies may be fake right now, but they are telling you the truth of what will happen. They are telling you what to prepare for. There is no restraints where there is no order. Hey Ron, brother, how you doing? Right, CR, right. But the thing is be prepared. Always be prepared of every situation that comes. It's always, everybody always talks about fear mongering with survival, with the survival mentality. Everybody always goes to that extreme. But it's not always going to be that. It's not always going to be that where you're in a survival situation. Survival is everything. Survival is getting kicked out of your apartment, not having another place to go. Survival is having a blowout on the side of the road, on a backwoods road. No cell service, no nothing. Survival is anything, a natural disaster, you know? It's because you're hungry, CR. You need a Snickers. But survival is survival. The word survival is to make it to the next day. Survival is every day. You waking up, I mean, the mentality of survival is still there. When you wake up from your bed, what's the first thing you go and do? Go and you scavenge. You go and you hunt, which making coffee is considered scavenging, considering, filtration. It's doing a lot of survival stuff to it to make what you need. Then you go and find food. You cook food. Even though it's already dead and everything, you still have to cook it. You still have to, you have to find a place that you want to eat at. You still have the mentality of surviving. And that's all it is. You still have to go and use the bathroom. You still have to go and do everything. Instead of now, you're working. Instead of building a house or tending a garden or, whatever, you're working for money to be able to buy your items that you need to survive the next day. It's the mindset is still there. We've just changed it. You're not going out hunting in the woods for a deer, but you have to go to the grocery store. You have to fight all the other people. Oh, there's a sale going on at the local grocery store. Oh, you have to get there before they run out of stock on the sale. I mean, it's still the same thing. It's just a different mindset. It goes from one extremity to another extremity. That's how it always happens. Right, right, CR. Hey, Skies, how you doing, brother? Nothing has changed from 1,000 years ago except for what we do. We still have to wake up. We still have to go to sleep. We still have to get a certain amount of sleep before we start the day. We still have to, you know, we still have to take care of ourselves mentally, physically, you know, going to a doctor, making sure that we are still in perfect health. We're not all muscle bound, Spartans, but we still have to do everything to stay in peak performance. You know, we go to school to learn. We we learn at our job. We're always learning. We're always acquiring new skills in certain stuff. It's it's the way it's the way the future has changed everything. We still are surviving every day. We're not going to war anymore. We're not doing, defending our homeland from whatever. But I mean, during, in the revolution, not the revolution, but the industrial revolution, should I say. The industrial revolution has changed our mindset on a lot of stuff. It has changed our way of thinking, the way of doing stuff, the way of, now, back then people couldn't hunt on the king's land or the queen's land. That was all a monarchy thing. And hell, we can barely do it today. We have to get registrations, we have to get licenses, we have to get a certain caliber gun. We can only hunt for these certain amount of, months. There is no more. I mean, even in America, we can't do it every day. The only thing I can do here in Texas is I can't hunt white-tailed deer all the time, even on my land. But I can hunt. What is it called? There's white spotted deer from Africa. Axis deer. I can hunt axis deer. I can hunt black bucks because those are invasive species. We can hunt those at any time and not need a license for it. Yeah. Right. We've just changed how we do everything. And yeah, deer season. Yeah. And it's the same thing with fishing season up north. Like, I know Canada and up north has specific fishing seasons for specific fish and like crabs and stuff like that. It cannot be fished at all seasons of the year. It's for repopulation reasons. Oh yes, guys. Yeah, I mean, times have changed, but they still have the same mentality. It's just worded different now. Like it's 100 years ago, you could hunt, do whatever you want to on your land. Now we can't do that because of so many people were hunting wildlife to a point of extinction. And now tree huggers, animal rights activists, blah, 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 have changed those laws against us because of reasons. You know, it's we were growing too fast compared to the animal population. Right, brother. Like now, like what Paradox was saying. There's all these natural springs and all this stuff and everything. Now, 90% of the natural springs are owned by major bottling corporations. Like you may not even know it, but I mean, like there's the Tabasco Springs in the Smoky Mountains that fed all the way into North Carolina, to the Cherokee Reservation through the Cherokee Forest and all that stuff. And the Eternal Water Source, the Eternal Water company that makes Eternal Water, they bought that whole entire Tabasco underground natural spring, and now is selling it as eternal mineral water from the Smoky Mountains. Like they own almost, I think it's like 32 miles worth of natural spring water. Yeah, CR. Yeah, nobody does any of that. No, that's a that's a skill and a usage that is not needed anymore because the government and scientists not get rainwater because it's polluted. Even though rainwater is the clearest form and you can drink rainwater straight, but you go to New York City or any like major polluted area, you can't drink rainwater. You cannot use rainwater, especially acid rain. Yeah, yeah. Shocker. But that's what that's what we're talking about. Everyday life stuff. We don't use it. We don't, yeah, that's what, that's what people say, you know. But if you're in the middle of the woods and there's rainwater and it's filtrated through the leaves and everything, you can drink straight rainwater. You can drink the morning dew off of plants and still be fine. But it's talking about high density cities. The rainwater is polluted. You know, like that's why they don't want people keeping city contaminated rainwater. Oh, I understand. I know, Caesar. I know. It's. I mean, and with the city, like with the cities building their sewer lines connected to their fresh water lines, like right beside each other. When one breaks, it pollutes the other. Like, yeah, yeah, Ron. Oh, I've done it plenty of times, guys. I've drunk morning dew off of plants. I've collected the morning dew out of plants and in a small baggie. Drunk it straight. I haven't had anything happen to me then. But I'm also, I also drink the water. I mean, the dew and everything from plants and stuff. That's almost 100 to 120 miles away from any city. Also, yep. Everything needs water. CR. Everything. Coca-Cola, all our drinks, everything needs water. We rely on water for everything. Water is life. It is true. We have surrounded our life with water. You and me both, brother. You and me both. Life continues on. Yeah. Oh yes, guys. I mean, they found microplastics in pea bogs. I mean, microplastics is even, you know, they found microplastics and everything in the Titanic. They found microplastics and everything. It microplastics is because we're human because we make plastic. And plastic breaks down. Plastic is always going to be around. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter where you are. You're going to have plastic in your body. You're welcome, CR. We got you. Oh, yeah, sir. Yeah. We're almost there. Well, brother, if you were here, I'd get you a coffee. The world is going to end. That's a fact. The world will end. When? We don't know. We don't. Humanity will end before the world will end. That's a fact. Humanity will kill themselves off before the earth will ever end. Yep, that's what I'll say, guys. Humanity humanity will end before anything else. We have more chance of the sun turning into a black hole than the world dying. Getting to the universe and all that stuff, I'm not. Shire. That is true, Shire. Actually, fake boobs are no longer plastic, sir. They have some kind of microfiber stack now. What's up, John? How you doing, brother? Yeah, some kind of silicone microfiber, whatever. But we need to get off the idea of the world could be. The world ending is a phrase, like a world ending scenario. That's a phrase. We call it world ending because it's humanity ending. We claim us as the essence of the world. Like we claim ourselves to be God. Yes, I'm sorry, Ron. I'm sorry. But yeah, I mean, humanity will kill itself before anything else. But even if you look through biblical times and everything, with true world ending events, humans still have repopulated. Will humanity ever truly end? No. A majority of the world will die. There's thousands and thousands and thousands of mathematical scenarios. Even if the world itself loses the gravitational pull to the sun, the world can turn into negative 120 degrees, and humans still can survive. It won't be everyday humans like in first world countries. It will be like Siberian people, like people that are like Eskimos, people that have learned to survive in the coldest of the coldest temperatures. It's only going to be, and even with them, they still make up 1% of the world's population. What's up, BJ? How you doing? Humans will never truly die. We are cockroaches. We will find a way to survive. It's just that. Humans are cockroaches. The life that we know will be eradicated. A new world order, a new mentality will come from the ashes of anarchy. People's mindsets will change. It has been proven that humans can bury themselves underground and live in pure darkness for generations. Humans can survive in any situation. There are still Russians living in the containment zones of Chernobyl and still living. I mean, there's human bloodline. Okay, I'm back. Sorry. There's still bloodlines of humans that survived the Black Plague. But, yeah, it'll shut me off. I mean, it's the way it is. But humans have and always will survive major disasters. Hands down, there's no lie about that. You can see it throughout history. Everything from the flood that covered the whole world, from the Ice Age, from the Jurassic period. Humans have learned to survive. Yes, we are. We're mutts. Pretty much cockroach mutts. But yeah, we scrape. We thrive. We will create a scenario to fix whatever we are in. Right, guys? Yeah, we just find an alternative way to live. Even if the world goes to another ice age, we will still survive. We won't enjoy our life, but we will still survive. I mean, it's the way humans were programmed to be. Humans were programmed to survive anything. That's how our genetics have lived through so many generations. We we don't give up. Right, so life finds a way. Yeah, that would be good, skies. It would be. But with the way the mentality of humans are, where it's a me society and only me, nobody will think on helping another. That that mindset has dwindled and floated away like a fart in the wind. Yes, I have, Shire. Yes, I have. Then they go and play a video game, and they're back to normal. Right, right, CR. I mean, it's a good mindset to think like that, guys. And I wish humans could do that. But there's a smaller percent of humans that think like that and wish to do that and actually act on it. A lot of people say that they would love to help their neighbor, but then they don't. Yeah, yeah, there's a lot of good souls out there. But compared to the not good, it's a small number. You know what I mean? Anybody else, I mean, all the others wish for death, anarchy, you know, sin, hate. That outnumbers a lot. And it just needs one push. Your soul's dirty right now. Oh, CR. Right, Rod? I try to do the same thing, guys, but the farther I get, the more I receive. You know what I mean? I wish for the better bit of mankind. I do. I truly do. But wishing it and seeing it happen is two different things, you know? When I see one good thing happen, I see more goodness in wild animals than I do humans. I see more goodness and more love in a mountain lion or a pack of coyotes that would rip me apart. I see more goodness in them than I do in a group of gang members or a group of TikTokers or a group of anybody from social media. Yep. No, I'm with you 100% on that, guys. I mean, we're all selfish to an extent, Ron. That's the way it is. But I see more kindness out of wild animals. Wild animals that's never been around humans. I was on a camping trip by myself, and I had a pack of 12 coyotes circle around me and protect me all through the night. And they would give me warning whimpers if something big was around. This was when I was cryptid hunting. They would let me know if something bigger than them was around. The birds gave me warnings. Animals have more morals than humans. Yeah. I've had a tarantula the size of my face sleeping on my face. It didn't do anything. I wish they did. I wish they did. But yeah, I've had a tarantula the size of my face sleeping on my face. Oh, CR, I love you. But, you know, animals are different. Animals have their own social structure. Animals know they either they felt safe around me or they felt the need to protect me. Yeah. I mean, I woke up with it on my face and everything, and all I did was just tap it on its ass and it just crawled off my face. I fell asleep with a rattlesnake between my legs in my sleeping bag, and it didn't strike me or anything. I just opened up the side of the zipper and it crawled back out. Like it knew because it was cold at night. It knew that I had the warmth it needed to keep good. And I just opened up the side of it and I just opened up my sleeping bag and it felt the cold and it decided to move. It yeah, yeah. I mean, yeah, animals are so much smarter than humans. Are so much better than humans. I mean, I love you all, but nice. Nice, John. All right, family. I've been on here almost 2.5 hours. I love you all. Thank you all for joining. And like I said, if y'all have any questions, if y'all need to ask anything, don't hesitate to send me a message. Right, CR. I love you, family. Y'all take care. Maybe we'll do some more, good morning survivals again. But I love you all, family. Y'all take care. Bye, fam.